Buenos dias. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. And good night, Australia. Buenos dias, Mexico. Hmm. 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 Let us feel our beloved mighty and presence before starting this service. Good morning and buenos dias, Colombia. I love you. I love you well. Dear hearts, I love you well. Just feel the presence within your heart. Buongiorno. So, dear hearts, let us start it in God's way. Welcome to the 7 Sacred Weeks Vlog 26. In today's service, we will perform the description of the chart of the Mighty and Presence. Then we are going to do the visualization of the chart and the decrease. And then we are going to contemplate the violet flame. To the decrease of the violet flame, we are going to read a discourse of beloved Saint Germain on harmony of feelings, and then we are going to finish with the legions of the violet flame outpouring to the earth. And so just place the attention in your heart and feel the presence within. Your presence is your source of everything that we may need to overcome all challenges in your life. So feel the presence within you and let this presence flow freely through your thoughts, through your feelings, through your words and through your body. And be the presence in action right here and now. Give thanks that you are aware of this I am presence. Send it your love, your deepest gratitude, and let us do together the opening blessing. Beloved, mighty I am presence here, there, and everywhere. We love you, bless, and thank you forever, forever and beyond, for I am in you, and you are in me. We are one on this journey through eternity. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, dear hearts, just move the attention to the star above your house. Our beautiful Christmas star, charged with the love and blessings of the secret love star. And feel the connection of this star above your house to the star above the Rocky Mountains. And feel that you draw from that sacred place currents of blessings. And visualize the expansion of the light of your star. And from that star, millions of light rays flowing, descending, and flooding the area where you live. I love to see in my mental screen the area where I live sparkling. I love to see the faces of all the people here sparkling. I love to see the fields, the streets, the atmosphere sparkling. And feel that it is light from your presence, from the Ascended Masters, from the Royal Teton Retreating. Bless and illuminating all human activities where you are, all people, elementals, angels in your area. And visualizing that you live in a paradise created and sustained by the power of love of the I Am Presence. And now, again, just Feel the light and the blessings of the Royal Teton Retreat. Feel the light there expanding to bless America that is in so need of blessings. And also Canada, the Americas, and the world. Feel the presence of the brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat, our beloved land of Saint Germain, and great ascended masters are there, and they will support us during our service to the light. Let us also feel our force field, the sphere of light around the planet, built by the light and love of our hearts. And may the Ascended Master protect this force field, protect our atmosphere, our internet connection, and our service to the light. And may they pour their blessings through us, through this force field, to the holy planet. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, let us take the water and call for the Elixir of Life. Beloved I am presence, Saint Germain, Brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat, Lords of the Elements and powers of light, please charge this mineral water with whatever substances and virtues we need to restore the beauty, youth, health, vitality, and perfection of the Ascended Masters in our physical bodies when we drink this water at the end of our decrease. By the light of God that never fails, I command, I demand, and it is done right now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. So let's put the water to be charged during our service. And let's do this decree together to bless our group and our service to the light. Together, this group is a temple of light, the heart of divine love, the secret breath of God, the altar of eternal peace, the focus of the great silence, the ocean of limitless power, the treasure chest of the Almighty, the sun of everlasting freedom, the throne room of infinite life, the gift of the mighty I am presence forever. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And today we are going to start reading the description of the charge of the mighty I am presence, which is in the voice of the I am from February 1937, and it is a book from Saint Germain Press. So the lower figure represents the human or flesh body. So the lower figure in the charting. And the upper figure represents the individualized presence of God, which is the electronic body of the mighty I am presence. Between the flesh body and the presence is the higher mental body, a form just as tangible in its own octave as your flesh body is here, but not illustrated on the chart. So, like in the original chart, we do not put another repetition of the flesh body here, signalizing that is the Christ presence or the figure of beloved Jesus, because Saint Germain told me when we put that, we just divide the presence with the higher mental body. And in the fact, the higher mental body is just the presence acting in a lower level, yes, higher than this octave that we are conscious, but is the presence, and even our bodies here, is the presence in action when we just let this presence flow. So continue. This higher mental body, it is discriminating selective intelligence. The higher mental body knows the perfection of the presence and also the imperfection, the undesirable creation which the human has drawn about itself, but will not accept the imperfection into its world. So the I am presence in the electronic body just work in cosmic levels. No discordant conditions or imperfection can enter there. So the higher mental body also not accept that imperfection, but he can perceive the imperfection that we have in our lives in this outer activity, different from the presence that in that level of the electronic body there is no acknowledgement of the imperfection of the outer activity that we are with our four lower bodies. So the ray of light which goes from the heart of the presence here through the top of the head, anchoring within the heart of the flesh body, is the light. The light, the substance, the energy, the intelligence, and the activity by which the physical body has life and is enabled to move about. When your attention goes to the mighty I am presence, this ray of light and energy begins to intensify and expand until the point of light within every cell of the flesh body responds to it. And that is the process that we do when we do our alignment, is to visualize, to be aware of that ray of light until all the points of light within ourselves can be activated. Then the process of throwing off of the denser qualities of the flesh body begins. As this intensifies, the radiance forms a tube of light about the flesh body. So as the purification happens, we just create this tube of light and we intensify it. So it cannot happen if we do not purify our outer activity. So you can call the presence into action to make it, this tube of light, so invincible, so impenetrable that even a bullet cannot penetrate it. This becomes an invincible wall of light enfolding you, and no human thought, feeling, or suggestion can penetrate it or disturb you in any way. This is one of the greatest needs of mankind today. So, to call to the presence, to purify ourselves so that we can live, move, and have our beings within this tube of light. The violet flame flowing up here around the flesh body, through and around the lower figure, represents the violet consuming flame, which is released by your mighty presence when your call for its action to be passed through you and your word to consume all discordant creation past and present. The use of the violet consuming flame is imperative. It is the only means by which all undesirable accumulation can be forever dissolved, consumed, and its cause and effect annihilated. Everyone should call the presence into action to pass the violet consuming flame from the feet up, through the physical, emotional, and mental bodies, like a blowtorch, dissolving and consuming forever all undesirable thing or condition which the human has drawn about itself. This is the only means by which you can become free from the wheel of birth and rebirth, free from the hundreds and perhaps thousands of embodiments in which you have lived. Anyone who thinks it is not necessary or imperative to use the violet consuming flame will find his great mistake too late. There is no human being on earth that is an exception to this mighty law. Everyone in this world has felt discordant feelings, spoken negative words, and thought imperfect and discordant thoughts, which means just so much substance and energy qualified with discord, all vibrating within the body and around it in the individual's aura. Everyone who has ever accomplished the ascension, Jesus included, had to use this violet consuming flame to dissolve his own human creation before the substance of his flesh body could vibrate at a rate that would enable it to ascend. So even ascended masters from other traditions, before they got the ascension, they also used the violet flame. All must do this someday, and it is the only way by which anyone can free himself and become a master everywhere he moves in the universe. When you sincerely and firmly give attention to your mighty presence, your ascension begins that moment. So, in the first moment that we recognize that I am presence, and we try to hold our attention on it, our ascension begins. The practical part of this true understanding is that when you give your attention firmly to your presence, the ray of light and energy from your presence begins to intensify and expand, causing the rapid expansion of the light within every cell of your body until the earth loses its attraction for the body. Then, as the attention continues to the presence, the finer part of the flesh body ascends and is absorbed into the higher mental body. Thus, the transformation from the human into the divine takes place. All sense and appearance of age leaves the face and body. The hair returns to its natural color, and the clothing dissolves into the garments of the higher octaves. Then the finer part of the fleshy body is drawn into the higher mental body, and it ascends into the electronic body of the mighty again presence. When the individual becomes the ascended being, which Jesus, Saint Germain, and hundreds of others are. This is the individual's eternal body of light that never changes. The ascended being can raise or lower the rate of vibration of his or her body and make it visible or invisible at will in the human octave. This is how the ascended masters appear and disappear at will. There is nothing spiritualistic about it. It's just a mighty divine law of life in perfect action, heretofore not understood. So, of course, in another discourse, Saint Germain told us that there is some ways that we can ascend. This is the original way, when we raise our physical body before ascension. So we take this body with us, not the misqualified energy that can be still in the cells because that is dissolved, but the finer part of our body. So to have this freedom, we need to do this process of raising our bodies before the ascension. Otherwise, we can become ascended, but we cannot lower our energy after to manifest visibly in this human octave, because we didn't not have the complete mastery of the physical body, the substance of the physical matter. So for this reason, it is important to work in the raise also of the physical body. So continuing, the ascended master is as far above a disembodiment individual as light is above darkness. The ascended master is the conqueror over so-called death, while the one who has passed through death has failed to hold the mastery or control of its substance and energy. Therefore, he must return in another baby body, grow up and try again to attain his victory by keeping his physical body harmonious long enough for his presence to release through it the full power of light and love, and thus expand the perfection of itself, which is the ascended master victory, the ascension. So here we can see how important it is to hold harmony. Without harmony, the presence cannot release that light in the way that it is needed to dissolve those dark accumulation, dense accumulation around the cells. And we are going to talk more about this harmony after the decrease in the discourse of beloved Saint Germain. So the color radiance around the presence, here the rings of colors, represents the accumulation of all the good from all the past lives of the individual. That is our causal body, and this causal body is not for everyone like that. Every one of us has a different causal body. Normally, when we are near our ascension and after our ascension, we still continue work on our causal body. in these rays of colors. Here we put from the first ray to the seventh because it's a pattern that can work for every one of us. And so we needed to have a pattern because we cannot see all the causal bodies. And the causal body is constant in development. So it's not in the individual that he is a new life stream, so a young life stream that is still in lower conditions of life. The causal body doesn't have any form. It's just something, is a causal body, but it's not defined still because that life stream do not accumulate good things in the causal body. It's just through the good, through the things that we accomplish in a good way, that we create that colors, that beautiful expression in our causal body. So the causal body also develops. This great energy will be released into physical use when enough attention has been given to the presence. Of course, after our bodies, we accumulate there many good things. And then when we give attention enough to our I am presence, that presence just open that gate and we can have all the treasures that we accumulate throughout embodiments to use where we are consciously serving the presence in the universe. Around the lower figure of flesh form is the accumulation of whatever irritable, destructive qualities the individuals has generated through the centuries. The great mercy of the mighty and presence is that if you are ever permitted to see the discordant accumulation, this is why it is imperative to call the presence to use the violet consuming flame each day until this is completely dissolved and consumed. So it's by the mercy of God that we cannot see our aura sometimes, because if you could see sometimes, I don't like to say, but the monsters, the energy is so distorted, so terrible in our aura, we could not have courage to live. And so it's really a great mercy that we may not see it, but we need to call the violet flame to dissolve it, because just by purifying our body and bodies so that we can come back to God's perfection again. And at the left of the lower figure is Mount Shasta, and where some of the experience of the unveiled mysteries took place. So that was written by beloved Godfrey Hiking, and I put here the original chart so that you can see the both mountains there. At the right are the Teton Mountains, where the retreat, the Royal Teton, is located. It is in this retreat, in the Teton, that the great assembly of the Ascended Masters meet twice each year to render a mighty service of light, love, and perfection for the freedom and blessings of mankind and the earth. And this twice each year meeting is the karmic board meeting in the middle of the year, and also in the end of the year, and also in the end of the year, together with the karmic board meetings, we have the activity of the 7 sacred weeks. So that was about the chart, and we are going to work more in the understanding of the chart of the mighty and presence in other sessions. And now we are going to pay attention in this chart in our electronic circle of protection, and then we are going to seal this working with the calls to seal our electronic circle of protection. And to start, I would like that you place yourself in the position of the Tila and just feel first the violet flame blazing and blazing and blazing through and around you. Visualize the violet flame flowing up from the feet to above the head, penetrating, sweeping your four lower bodies and transmutating all undesirable conditions around yourselves in all the levels, physical, etheric, emotional, and mental. Now, I would like that you visualize and feel the reality of the tube of light that descends from the presence close to you in the light of God that never fades. And just feel this tube of light sparkling, strong, vibrating, full of energy and good vibrations. And now just feel the violet flame blazing your tube of light, and then seal the tube of light with the blue lightning of cosmic Christ purity to give it invincible protection. And now move the attention to the electronic body. Feel your electronic body and feel the light rays expanding from your electronic body. White light substance flooding your holy world, putting everything into place. Putting all the fields of your life into place, into harmony of light. And then just feel the whole electronic circle. Feel the violet flame, your tube of light sealed by the blue lightning of cosmic Christ purity. Feel the presence that is connected from the electronic body into your heart center, into your threefold flame, and visualize the rings of light of your causal body, so vibrating, so sparkling, and that by the light, wisdom, and power of your beloved mighty and presence now anchored in your heart. You are in charge of all the good in that causal body, and you can use that good to produce perfection in your life right here and now. And so be it. And let us call. Beloved, mighty and presence, ascended masters, Elohim, archangels, our higher mental bodies and cosmic beings of light. I am the violet flaming through and around my four lower bodies, always sustained and in God's purity. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty. Fulfill and now this call, I am. I am the beauty, perfection, and power of my tube of crystalline white light substance, always bright, radiant, and full of vibrations of light that makes and keeps me invisible and invincible to all human creation now and forever. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty. Fulfill and now this call, I am. I am the invincible power of the wall of radiant blue flame sealing my tube of light, giving me total protection against disturbance, elements, and human suggestions. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty. Fulfill and now this call, I am. And feeling the invincible power of your electronic circle of protection, let us call. I am the invincible power of my electronic circle of protection, now manifested and forever sustained. I am the invincible power of my electronic circle of protection, now manifested and forever sustained. I am the invincible power of my electronic circle of protection, now manifested and forever sustained. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty. Fulfill and now this call, I am. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And I call our beloved mighty and presence to make this electronic circle so strong that nothing, anybody can disturb us in this human octave. So we may walk, fulfill our divine plan, but nevermore be touched by human creation. And I know it's done in the name, power, and authority of God that I am, that you are. It's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, let's feel the presence of beloved Saint Germain and his violet flame blazing and blazing and blazing in through and around us. Just to feel the presence of Saint Germain in the violet flame blazing as never in through and around you. And send your love to beloved Saint Germain. Send your love to the legions of the violet flame. And as we do our calls, feel the expansion of the presence of Saint Germain and the violet flame And let us call. Beloved, mighty and present Son Germain, Arcturus, and mighty legions of angels of the violet flame, descend with your Son presence of the violet flame, cosmic Christ, control in, through, and around me, my house, affairs, family, neighbors, city, country, and world. Release and my external activity from everything that is not the perfection of the ascended masters. Keep this sun presence flowing, clean, and sweeping away any and all particles of discord from my being and word until I am ascended and free. Free from all human creation now and for all eternity. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfill and now this call I am. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. And now let's feel the legions of the violet flame as millions of tiny angels dancing and playing around your aura and atmosphere. And let us call, beloved, mighty and present Saint Germain, Arcturus, Zadkiel, and mighty ruler of the violet planet. We call legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command him. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command you. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command you. And legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command it. And legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. I am, I know I am. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. I am, I know I am. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. I am, I know I am. And legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. I am, 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 I am. I am, 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 I am. I am, 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 I am. And just feel your oneness with the violet flame. And legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. Descend, descend, descend. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. Expand, expand, expand. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. Defend, defend, defend. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. Command, command, command. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. Control, control, control. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. And fold and fold and fold. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. Take a hold, take a hold, take a hold. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. Our victory, victory hold. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. Expand, expand, expand. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, through my eyes, words, and hands. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, in through and around in me. Legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. We love you, bless, and thank you, dear. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. What? I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. The legions of the violet flame, right here and now in action. And sometimes I am cooking in the kitchen, no? And I am just doing this decree, legions of the violet flame, legions of the violet flame. And I feel myself like a fairy, and just put the violet flame everywhere. One day I must make a movie for all of you to see. You cannot believe it, but it's me. And sometimes we need this energy, because it's through this energy, through this good mood, that we call and draw that light within ourselves. And so that is so important now. Let us forgive and let us forget, and forgive and forget everything that we don't need anymore to carry as weight within us. So let's feel this love, forgiven, and forgiveness, and let us call that. I am the love, forgiveness, and the legions of the violet consuming, all in harmonious action in human consciousness. Almighty I am, almighty I am, almighty I am. I am the love, forgiveness, and the legions of the violet flame, consuming all in harmonious action in human consciousness. By God's own hand, by God's own hand, by God's own hand. I am the love, forgiveness, and the legions of the violet flame, consuming all in harmonious action in human consciousness. By God's love ray, by God's love ray, by God's love ray. I am the love, forgiveness, and the legions of the violet consuming flame, consuming all in harmonious action in human consciousness. And do it today, do it stay, do it God's way, do it ascended Master's way. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfill and now this call I am. Almighty I am, almighty I am, almighty I am. And violet flame forgiveness, violet flame forgiveness, violet flame forgiveness. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am in command. Violet flame, forgiveness. Violet flame, forgiveness. Violet flame, forgiveness. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command. And violet flame, forgiveness. Violet flame, forgiveness. Violet flame, forgiveness. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command. And violet flame, forgiveness. Violet flame, forgiveness. Violet flame, forgiveness. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command. And violet flame, forgiveness, violet flame, forgiveness, violet flame, forgiveness. I am, I know I am. Violet flame, forgiveness, violet flame, forgiveness, violet flame, forgiveness. I am, I know I am. Violet flame, forgiveness, violet flame, forgiveness, violet flame, forgiveness. I am, I know I am. And legions of the violet flame, forgiveness. Legions of the violet flame, forgiveness. Legions of the violet flame, forgiveness. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am, 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 I am. And let us say, with all the power of our hearts, I forgive, I forget, I forgive, and I forget, I forgive, and I forget everything that is undesirable. And I walk free into my ascension, right here and now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And I am here, I am there, I am the legions of the violet flame healing everywhere. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. Let us visualize the violet flame healing here, there, and everywhere around the world. And I am here, I am there, I am the legions of the violet flame healing everywhere. By God's own hand, by God's own hand, by God's own hand, I am here, I am there, I am the legions of the violet flame healing everywhere. By God's love way, by God's love way, by God's love way. I am here, I am there, I am the legions of the violet flame healing everywhere. And do today, that you stay with God's way, do it ascended master way. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfill and now this call I am. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, dear hearts, as beloved Saint Germain and also beloved Seraphs told us, that we may heal ourselves through the healing of our nervous systems. So just to feel your nervous system now, that is your spinal cord, the brain stem, and the brain, and also the nerves that flows from this center part, your central nervous system, to all the cells of your body. And just visualize your nerves now being completely healed by the action of the violet flame. And especially visualize the violet flame blazing in your spinal cord and brain, which is your central nervous system, the most important part of the nervous system, in this aid. And just visualize the healing action of the violet flame taking place in your nervous system, so that the channels where the life flows to all the cells in your body can be cleaned in this moment, and the life and light from the presence within your heart just can reach all the cells in your physical body, and also in the etheric, emotional, and mental ones. And let us call violet flame healing, violet flame healing, violet flame healing. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command it. Violet flame healing, violet flame healing, violet flame healing. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command it. And violet flame healing, violet flame healing, violet flame healing. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command it. And violet flame healing, violet flame healing, violet flame healing. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command him. And violet flame healing, violet flame healing, violet flame healing. I am, I know I am. Violet flame healing, violet flame healing, violet flame healing. I am, I know I am. And violet flame healing, violet flame healing, violet flame healing. I am, I know I am. And legions of the violet flame is healing, legions of the violet flame is healing, legions of the violet flame is healing. I am, 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 I am. I am, 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 I am. I am, I am, I am. The healing of the violet flame right here and now for all of us in the holy planet, raising us all and mankind into God's perfection. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And I live, move, and have my being in a great pillar of violet flame love. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. I live, move, and have my being in a great pillar of violet flame love. By God's own hand, by God's own hand, by God's own hand. I live, move, and have my being in a great pillar of violet flame love. By God's love reign, by God's love reign, by God's love reign. I live, move, and have my being in a great pillar of violet flame love. And to today, to stay to God's way, to which you ascended your Master's way. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty. Fulfill and now this call I am. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And violet flame love, violet flame love, violet flame love. I go and draw, I hold and direct, I am and commanding. And violet flame love, violet flame love, violet flame love. I go and draw, I hold and direct, I am and commanding. And violet flame love, violet flame love, violet flame love. I go and draw, I hold and direct, I am and commanding. And violet flame we love, violet flame we love, violet flame we love. I go and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command. And violet flame we love, violet flame we love, violet flame we love, What? I am, I know I am. Violet flame in love, violet flame in love, violet flame in love. Let's just start our threefold flame. I am, I know I am. Violet flame in love, violet flame in love, violet flame in love. I am, I know I am. And legions of the violet flame in love, legions of the violet flame in love, legions of the violet flame in love. I am, 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 I am. I am, 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 I am. Violet flame of love, I am. And mighty and pleasant Saint Germain, and the sacred fire of the great central sun. Fill us with the violet flame miracles, violet flame talents, violet supply of every good thing. Almighty I am, almighty I am, almighty I am. Fill us with the violet flame miracles, violet flame talents, violet flame supply of every good thing, by God's own hand, by God's own hand, by God's own hand. Fill us with violet flame miracles, violet flame talents, violet flame supply of every good thing, by God's love rain, by God's love rain, by God's love rain. Fill us with violet flame miracles, violet flame talents, violet flame supply of every good thing. And do it today to stay with God's way, to be just saying that your Master's way. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfill and now this call, I am. Almighty I am, almighty I am, almighty I am. And violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am in command. And violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am in command. And violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am in command. And violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection. I call and draw, I hold and direct, I am in command. And violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection. I am, I know I am. Violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection. I am, I know I am. Violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection, violet flame perfection. I am, I know I am. And legions of the violet flames perfection, legions of the violet flames perfection, legions of the violet flames perfection. I am, 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 I am. I am, 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 I am. And feel the perfection of the violet flame. And beloved mighty and presence, Saint Germain, Arcturus, Zadkiel, mighty ruler of the violet planet, we call. Sweep, blaze, boy, drive, spin, expand, and compel the legions of the violet flames, invincible control, in, through, and around us and all mankind, until we are all ascended and free. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. Sweep, blaze, boy, drive, spin, expand, and compel the legions of the violet flames, invincible control, in through and around us and all mankind, until we are all ascended and free. By God's own hand, by God's own hand, by God's own hand. Sweep, blaze, boy, drive, spin, expand, and compel the legions of the violet flames, invincible control, in through and around us and all mankind, until we are all ascended and free. By God's love ray, by God's love ray, by God's love ray. Sweep, blaze, boy, drive, spin, expand, and compel the legions of the violet flames, invincible control, in through and around us and all mankind, until we are all ascended and free. And do today, to this day, do it God's way, do it ascended to Master's way. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfilling all this call. I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom. I go and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command. And violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom. I go and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command. And violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom. I go and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command, and violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom. I go and draw, I hold and direct, I am and command, and violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom. Chart in our threefold flame. I am, I know I am. Violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom. I am, I know I am. Violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom, violet flame freedom. I am, I know I am. In legions of the violet flames, eternal freedom. Legions of the violet flames, eternal freedom. Legions of the violet flames, eternal freedom. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. Violet flame, afraid I am. Violet flame, afraid I am. Violet flame, afraid I am. And just feel the freedom of the violet flame and be it. And now we are going to read some words of the beloved Saint Germain. It's also a dictation from the same voice of the I Am, February 1937. And the Master told us, I wish it were possible, possibly someday it will be, to suddenly flash visibly before you what it means from the inner standpoint for your beloved messengers, whom you love so much, to have carried this message forth, while to many it is unusual, so unusual, yet as they come to understand it, they find it perfectly natural. In fact, the most natural thing in the world. Mankind in the human activity is living this subnormal life really, We in the ascended state are living just the natural life. And it's true, dear hearts, even what we think that is happening is not compared to the happiness that we feel when we are in the ascended state. That is why we so earnestly, in our humble way, endeavor to convey to you the feeling of this reality. For only as you enter into greater and greater perfection do you find how really natural it is. Then you look back upon the condition or experience through which you have passed and see how unnatural that was. This is why, beloved ones, the messengers constantly urge the need of harmony in the feelings. You see, the Ascended Masters is about 100 years. Just talk about harmony and harmony in the feelings. Before the I Am activity, it starts in the theosophical teachings. I tell you, there is no other thing more needful in mankind today, owing to the great harmony that is generated by mankind everywhere through the feeling. Your feeling is your powerhouse, so will you not, oh precious one, watch? I do not mean only from the human, but call your presence, your higher mental body to stand guard over your speech and feeling. Please listen to this carefully. Precious ones, every critical, discordant feeling, thought or spoken word that goes forth from you is another barrier placed before you, preventing your freedom. I want so much to have you understand it is, because you alone are responsible, and if you allow the human appearance or any provocation of the outer world to irritate it and disturb you, then you pay the penalty for it. I mean by that, it just deprives you of the immediate freedom, which is possibly just there awaiting recognition. In watching over the expansion of the light within the students, which we try to do so carefully, we often see blessed, precious ones just so near that inner freedom. Yet, a flash of irritation and disturbance draws the curtain again. If it were possible for us to feel agony, it would be at that moment. So I want you to feel how important it is and why sometimes I impel the messenger so powerfully to keep this explanation before you, because you must keep beating down this wall of human interference that prevents you quickly entering into freedom from these many human limitations. Will you not do this, precious hearts? I am very grateful there are so many blessed ones here from the various points to carry this forward with them. I know the human is so difficult to control, but the presence will control the feeling and speech of the individual if you really call earnestly in action to do so. That is its province. Your higher mental body is the guard. Oh, that you might know how powerful a guard your higher mental body is in your call to the presence. You note that I hearily refer to the higher mental body, because when you call to the presence, the law of your being and life is that your higher mental body takes up your call, sets it into action, and operates it. And that is one of the reasons that there is no just a sign of the higher mental body in the chart, but not the higher mental body itself, because we need to understand it. If we call to the presence, the higher mental body responds, because it is the presence that um, level or realm that operates for our benefit here in this world. So naturally, we must use the word effort, because it requires an effort on your part to hold your attention to the presence. So it's just what we need to hold attention to our I am presence, so that you can allow the presence to do all these things for you so beautifully. Won't you please call your mighty I am presence to stand guard over your feeling and speech? I say frankly to you that you will have no trouble within your thought if once the feeling is controlled. But you cannot control your thought if the feeling is left running rampant. Now let us once and for all take such command, or call the presence to take such command of your feeling, that no longer, no matter what the outer provocations is, will you allow discordant feeling to assert itself through any outer disturbance or irritation of any kind. So thank you, beloved Sunset One. And I just wanted to put this dictation, because you see, we are in a period in the world with such negative conditions appearing that sometimes we forget our ascended master instruction, and we just pay attention to the appearance. And in that moment, we open our feeling world to those negative conditions that are just a fact. Just a fact. They are not real. They are effective from things of the past that happens in this moment, but they are not real. They are not the truth of the presence. And then we just get irritated, and in that moment that we get irritated, we just lose harmony, and then we just attract suffering for us. And so it's so important. You see, sometimes we think that to be in harmony, we cannot have something unpleasant or that we don't like in our lives. No, we can be in harmony even within a condition that we may do not like. You see, I don't want to make it so long today, but you see, I just heard a monk once telling, I don't know if it was in Instagram or in Facebook, you know, I do not follow him. But when I saw him talking about it, I just pay attention. I think it was my mighty and presence. And I found so beautiful what he said. And he was told that many people think that meditation is bliss. And so when the people are under negative conditions or something disturbing happen in their life, they cannot meditate, they cannot find the bliss, and they think that they cannot be in meditation because of the negative conditions, because the things that are happening around him or within him, something that he doesn't like. And in that moment, he loses control about his own being. No, and this monk told us something like that meditation is not bliss. Everyone think that meditation is bliss, but meditation is not bliss. Meditation is awareness. And if you suddenly something happen in your life that you don't like, if you just hold your awareness of that feeling, you do not fight that feeling of dislike, but you do not let yourself in that feeling of dislike too. In that moment, that feeling just comes forth, and you, what happens? Let me be aware of my feeling in this moment. I am becoming irritated. I know that I cannot, this feeling goes forth and continue to take place in my feeling world. And so in that moment, you do not fight the feeling, but you are aware of that feeling. In the moment that you are aware of that feeling, you do not fight it, but you know that you cannot let it go to govern your feeling world. So in that moment, you create a space between you as consciousness and the feeling of irritation. And as you begin to watch that feeling, so I am getting irritated. I know that is not good for me. Let me meditate in this irritation. So in the moment that you play the attention there, and we, students of the Ascended Masters and the Mighty and Presence, you may say, beloved Mighty and Presence, see, I am becoming in this moment irritated. Please, beloved Mighty and Presence, take command of this irritation and just pay attention to that irritation. In the moment that you pay attention, that irritation, or in that depression, or in that craziness, or in that thing that you don't like, in the moment that you pay attention and you ask your presence to take command, hold dominion, produce your perfection, bringing back balance, especially to your feeling words, in that moment you are going to see that irritation disappear. Because you are not that irritation. Sometimes it's something that is produced by the mental or emotional forms that is in your aura, crystallized there, but in the most of the cases are things from the atmosphere, and just that you buy that thing. And if you buy that thing, you become that thing and you lose control. And when you see, you are just let that irritation dominate you, and you say things that you would never say to someone that you love, a friend, your husband, your kids, kids we say in German, no, children, and you just say things that you may don't like because you let that irritation become your master. But as that monk told him, I don't know, it's weeks ago that I heard that and I found it so, and they told it, meditation is not bliss, meditation is awareness. And if you are aware of something not good within you, maybe a thought or a feeling, you are meditating without knowing that. And if you are aware of something and you know that you are not that thing, because you are something over, you are the mighty presence of God. And of course, the monk didn't told about God, he's a Buddhist. They do not believe in God normally, but he told something like it, in that moment that you are aware of that negative thing and you just meditate on that negative feeling, you become master of that thing inside you. And as you become a master of that thing, it just disappears because it cannot do what it would love to do, that is dominate you in your life. And so I think, just to close here, it's one way that sometimes the words of the monk, and you see, sometimes you think, oh, to be happy, to be harmonious, I cannot have anything unpleasant in my life. No, you can hold harmony, especially in those moments of challenge in your life. You just need to come back to the source of all good things, that is your mighty and presence within your heart. And do not try to fight things, because as you fight things, things become even bigger in your life. So do not fight this, I am not that feeling. This feeling of irritation, it doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to me, because I am God in action, and God is perfect balance. So I am not that. Let me meditate it, and just place the attention there. Why I am irritated. It doesn't. I can change something. The most, I think in 90 to 90% of our irritation is just without no real reason. That can happen, that sometimes we are just in a moment that it's really real and we need to be irritated, but it's really so here this moment. The most of the time, you know, I told you, just to close, I told you I was so busy, and I was so busy, and I was busy about 3 years. 3 years I was working, work at home, work with my image, work at that. And then my Peppy, my last dog, got sick, and I needed to take care of him and to take care of that and that. And I was working, and I was working till 2 weeks ago. I still work now, but I was feeling so overwhelmed by my work. Not that I do not work with joy, I work with joy, but I didn't have time more for myself, for my presence. I was become irritated because, when I asked the presence to give me a rest, instead of giving me a rest, the presence sending me more things to do, and things happen, and things suddenly happen, and so it was crazy until I was so humble that I put in my karmic meditation. Please, beloved, mighty and present, see, I was not that feeling. I just work. I was creative. I make my images. I make this and I make that. I could hold the things in my house. I could take care of my husband. I cook. I wash. I iron. But I did everything in a very easy way. And now it's so difficult, everything. What is happening? That I cannot perceive in what is happening with me. And I was humble enough. I was humble enough to say, show me, beloved, mighty and pleasant, karmic lords, please show me the point that I am doing my mistake because I would like to change it in my life. I cannot go in this way. And then, because I was humble enough, the present showed me. I was thinking too much. I was doing too much. Of course, I did my degrees. And sometimes I stop here, there to stay with my presence. And you see, I am working with the teachings. I am working with the pictures. I am working. But I was not given the same attention to my mighty I am presence that I did after I started doing the images and after my first dog, Peppy, got sick. Something happened that year, that was 2020, until this moment, that I just was doing material things. Of course, a little bit here, a little bit there with my presence, and also doing the Ascended Master teachings, but I was thinking that I needed to do. I needed to be perfect. I need to do this in the best way. And sometimes I get until midnight or 3 a.m. and doing things because I want to be just perfect in everything. And I forgot that the Ascended Masters are simple, that they are simple in what they do. Of course, we get perfect or our perfection as we do things, but we shall not be perfectionist. Perfectionist is not good, it's human thing. Try to do our best and to be perfect as we can be something good, but to be so perfectionist is not good. And I was going into that direction. So I was, when I sometimes I sit to stay with my presence and I stand with my presence 5, 10, 15 minutes maybe, but I was thinking the things that I need to produce or the things that I need to do at home or in the things that the image that I needed to find or that I need to read that, to write that, to do it. And even that I was really so busy with the Ascended Master teachings, I was putting my mental part on it and not my heart. And so I was overwhelming. I didn't put more music for me, and I love music. I love to hear music. I love to laugh. I love to do things in a very beautiful, light, softer way, and I was not doing more that because I was thinking I am responsible. I need to produce it. I need to finish it and that. And not only in my Ascended Master work, but also in the things at home. And so I got overwhelmed, even with the spiritual things. And that feeling of overwhelm was really, since, and especially in this year, was get strong and strong, and I see, oh my God, I am so overwhelmed. I have too much in my plate. How I can give? I cannot take all this thing and put it in order. And so But I perceive and I stop it. And I come back to my I am presence and to be aware of my presence. And you see, the first week, that was 2 weeks ago, I stopped at the karmic board and that I got the illumination. See, things so simple, and sometimes you do not perceive it because we are doing things, even spiritual things, but we are doing that with our mental level, not with our really spiritual level, but with our mental level. But when I perceived that, I came back to my presence and I say, stop. Now I go to do my best, but I go to do just what I can. And if I cannot do, I do not. I go to stay in peace. And the first day I remember I sit there to stay with my presence and just my mind, but you did not finish it. And you know, you need to take the clothes, or you see, you have the presentation Friday and you did not do this slide until this moment. And I say, stop. If I do not have the slides, I go to take a presentation that I already have, and I go to do the decrease to that presentation. Because the important thing is to be aware, is to do this decrease together, is to stay together, calling for our blessings and the blessings of the world. Stop. I just go to do what I can do. And if I do not, I can't, I let it for another week. And then come in, oh, you need to go, you forgot to put the clothes to what? The laundry. Stop. If I cannot wash the clothes today, I wash the clothes tomorrow. Now I go to stay with my presence. And you see, I came back to that condition. And I tell you, this week I have done, I think, the work of 3 weeks in 1 week, in that feeling of happiness. I am feeling so happy. I am feeling so light. I am feeling so soft because I just said no to my mental level and put all the things that I need to do in the hands of my I am presence. And in the moment that I stay with my presence, I say no to everything else. And then I am feeling so good as never. That I think about 3 years that I didn't feel more that feeling of softness, bliss, being happy. And that is something like that. Things change in my life. No, things didn't change in my life. I continue to cook, I continue to wash, I continue to walk my dog, and so and so. And you see, I produced the slides, took part of what I have, and looking for dictation that the presence inspired me to do within me. And so I did my iron, I did everything, I cook every day, and without other kind of feeling, not more with that feeling of being overwhelmed, but in a very soft. So I was wired, I put music, and so I was listening to music and dance. I was cooking during this weekend, and then I came to dance, cooking again, as I did 4 years ago, and I was just forgetting that happiness of doing things in that state of happiness, not to do the things just for doing that, but being aware of that moment, that situation, and doing that with my love in my heart, and thinking just in what I am doing, If I'm cooking, I am cooking, and I put the present there and I cook together with the presence. If I am doing my iron, I am doing my iron with my presence there. And things transformed in just 2 weeks. And so that things didn't change. I changed. I changed myself. And so I became aware of what was the mistake within me. But the work is there, the same work is there. And I got engaged to do some reels again, to work with my creativity, to take my dive into video editor and do again my things that I love to do, or record some affirmation, so to use my creativity. And then I am feeling good, and I produce the things, but not feeling as I was feeling before. So that thing here is the control of what is happening within us. And even that we say, oh, I am advanced, even I am trained by Saint Germain, I saw and ascended master invisible, intangible body. But if we are not humble enough, we think that we are doing right, but sometimes we are not doing right because we are controlling things with our mental level. And then we are working just with our energies, and we become tired with it because we are not humble enough. So it's really true. We can do it very easily, to not let our feeling and the feeling that we need to do it, or need to do that, or that things are not good or negative. If we pay attention to that feeling and we humbly ask the presence, please help me in this moment, please. I am become so irritating this moment. I don't know why something happened. Show me the presence, like Saint Germain. If you call the presence, sincerely, the presence will help you, and you go to overcome that. I asked my presence to for when I did my karmic meditation, please, mighty and present Saint Germain, Lords of Karma, tell me in the point that I am mistaken. I want to know, even if it hurts, I need to change things. I am humble in this moment. I would like to know. I would like to see things. And if you are humble, the present show us. Because we are in that moment acknowledge that we do not have power, but the only power belongs to our I am presence. And sometimes we can fool ourselves, even when we are working with these spiritual things. And we feel that we are doing something, but we are just using our mental level of conditions. And then we feel overwhelmed, we suffer, things doesn't go in the right way, and we do not know, and you get irritation, and it's like a snowball, that grows and grows and grows. And so for this reason, we needed to stay with the presence. And when we get irritation, you see, the things in the outer world are not real. Things happen here, there, and everywhere to put us down, because the entities created by our minds, the human mind, the collective human mind, would like to continue to govern us. And they try in every way. And what we see, it's not real. It's just to catch our attention and to disturb us. And sometimes we need to say no. I don't go this provocation to enter me, because it's not me. I go to stay in the harmony of my presence. And yes, of course, it's not good what is happened, so let me feel it. Like the monk, let me meditate on this feeling. And as you meditate in this feeling, ask Mighty and Presence, show me the reason of that, and show me if it is real. There is something I can do. There is nothing I can do. So take command. Descend your violet flame in this feeling. Dissolve it for me. And the presence will do it. You show it clear, or you dissolve the things, and the things disappear. But we need to stay with our I am present. We need to take care of it. And even I told you, no, even I. Otherwise, we mistake and we think that we are doing good things, and we are not doing the right thing, because we are doing the things by our mental level and not the higher mental level of the presence, the higher mental body, but just with our human mental level. So let's stop for now and hold harmony in your feelings. And now just visualize the beloved Saint Germain and the violet flame ensuing around you. Visualize the presence of beloved Saint Germain and the violet flame ensuing around the planet. And visualize the violet flame dissolving all human creation, here, there, and everywhere, so mankind can awaken and see the reality of the presence and its perfection. Visualize the planet and its atmosphere being enlightened. Visualize the perfection of Saint Germain, the perfection of the violet flame being anchored in the heart of every human, angel, elemental that belongs to this evolution. And feel the victory of the violet flame, the victory of Saint Germain blazing here, there, and everywhere. And feeling that you are victorious, that the planet is victorious, that the Christ presence governs here, there, and everywhere. Let us seal this work with the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men, let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where human creation dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And let us take the water and finish the call for the Elixir of Life. Beloved, I am presence, Saint Germain, brotherhood of the royal Teton retreat, lords of the elements and powers of light. Please charge this mineral water with the blessings from the ascended Master's octave of light, and put here all the substances we need to restore the beauty, youth, health, vitality, and perfection of the ascended Masters in our physical bodies. Transmute this water into the Elixir of Life. Transmute this water into the elixir of life. Transmute this water into the elixir of life. We are so thankful. By the light of God that never fails, I command, I demand, and it's done right now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. So let's visualize this water like a fire liquid substance charged with the legions of the violet flame in whatever we need to manifest Christ's perfection right here and now. And let's drink it together. Cheers. Just pour your love to the presence of the masters, cosmic beings, archangels, Elohim, and all who have assisted us in our calls, in our steps. Pour your love upon our life and the earth itself, and may this mantle of love seal everything and everyone blessed in our life on this planet, and may this love alone rule us out today and forever. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfill and now this call I am. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And beloved, mighty and presence, ascended masters, Elohim, archangels, our higher mental bodies and cosmic beings of light, we sincerely send you our love and gratitude for all the blessings received and for all those yet to come. Take our decrees and multiply them thousands of times more each day and hour. Make them ever increase in their power until we have the moment of light necessary to have them visibly manifest in our hands and use them. For our blessings and the blessings of mankind in our life on earth, what we have called during our session for ourselves, we also call for all human beings until only love, wisdom, and power of God lift us up in the eternal victory of ascension. We are eternally grateful. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty. Fulfill and now this call I am. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. We feel it just through, we accept just through, we manifest it, we manifest it, we manifest it right now. By the power of 1,000 suns and the light of God that never fails, I command, I demand, and it's done. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. Let us send our love and gratitude to the Brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat, the lovely Saint Germain, the legions of the Violet Flame, and especially to our beloved mighty young presence. Let us acknowledge that there is only this power and intelligence govern here, there, and everywhere. And the human, we don't care. And then, feeling this love, let us finish this service with the closing blessing. Beloved, mighty and presence here, there, and everywhere. We love you, bless, and thank you forever, forever, and beyond. For I am in you, and you are in me. We are one on this journey through eternity. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And thank you, dear hearts, for being here with me in this Friday. Next week, we are going to call the Conquering Presence, That is a session that we have calls for all the fields of our life. We have violet flame, healing calls, business calls, protection calls, ascension calls. And then I go to feel what the presence would like to put there as discourse, as knowledge for us. And I hope to see you there again next Friday in our sacred time. And I wish you a blessed week, a wonderful weekend with your presence in perfect harmony, and in this almighty presence you may enjoy life and your family and friends around you, and be harmonious. God bless you, and I see you.